persistently. The flexibility in OMG's comp, I will say, comes from the recon and being able to decide, does he want to go forward with a Nocturne? Does he want to lean backwards? Oh, Parukia's back. Rio, does he look for it? Can he at least smite the Grump? Oh, it resets the aggro! Oh boy, Rio. I love your style, but this is what happens when you're playing with the big boys, and Angel is gifted first blood. But haichao is clearing the wave so that he can join up next. Rio is able to follow up on a Moham grand entrance, forward, trying to follow up an Angel, a little too aggressive. No one else can follow up on the play. Ignite is ticking down. Realm Warp is going to reposition Angel to flank on the left side. Flash is coming out from multiple OMG members. Xiaohao, Ding still level 5, but is able to clip Rio in the first part of the fight. Parukia sends it with a Zenith Blade. A Shield of Daybreak will hit Starry in the face, and lead flashes forward. Just needs one more bouncing bomb and finds it on Moham's head. On pretty much every single possible flowchart that could have occurred, not a single kill goes their way to stem the bleeding of this advantage that EDG now have on their side. Thankfully for them, Rio is able to pick up all 3 grubs for themselves, so at least there's some consolation prize at the end of the day. And Starry and Moham gonna try and pressure ZDZ under the tower. Paranoia into the grand entrance, but great reposition with the public execution. Somehow finds Starry through the darkness, and ZDZ flashing back to the safety of this turret. Well played by the top laner.
Both junglers are going to be here in the bot lane. If this turns into a 3v3, not going to be particularly good for OMG. I imagine they're going to want to try and avoid this fight.
Yo, Moham? Okay, well, I'm not sure what he saw, and Starry is definitely seeing stars after that supreme display of talent. They're able to at least pick up 1 kill trade. Parukia dies at the hands of Starry under the tower. And Rio is here to at least defend the turret from certain death. Wow, it's a lot of damage on to leave. I wasn't expecting that burst to come out. Hery's also here to follow up with the play. Xiaohao is able to trade onto Rio, and now needs to make the grand escape. Hery does not have a flash after he already burned it. Some other potential sources here from Moham with his Battle Dance shield, and even the Soul Furnace from Sion.
I was about to say, a lot of shields on the side of OMG. Makes a lot of sense to itemize like that. Fortunately, OMG can't keep control of the river. You have to be really, really worried about Angel and the damage he can output at this point in the game. It will be that dragon kind of making his way there.
Thankfully, Hextech portals allow the rotations to be quicker for both teams. 6,000 HP on Rift Herald, still plenty of time for Xiaohao to get in, using the Grass Q to cloak his approach. Sion with the unstoppable onslaught, looking for the primary engage. Parukia leads the charge. Rio turns out the lights just to make sure that he can run away. Parukia is the first one to fall, but it's only Hery that steps up.
Wonky in general. It's going to eventually turn into something that works for them. That Herald is actually really relevant towards their comp. They don't always have the easiest ways to be able to pressure out. That's where those item spikes are really going to start to matter. We're going to see how this fight ends up starting, or how this entire exchange ends up starting. Moham just walking up, level 6 by himself, level 11 Kiana. See you later, buddy. On this Drake, it has spawned. Teleports are coming in. The fight is about to break out.
Parukia barely dodges out on the grand entrance. Hery pushes Angel off the dragon. So 5,000 HP. Xiaohao can't get back in. 4,000 HP. They have ZDZ pushing on the top side of the map. EDG willingly saying, you know what? Let's give the dragon. They have all 5 members here.
Standpoint, you know, this is a pretty classic Nocturne move to say, hey, I'm not going to be able to kill anybody this game. Might as well build tank. It's understandable. That ultimate is still very useful, regardless of how much damage can be done. Parukia is caught.
Rio tethers him with the fear. Parukia below 50% HP. Mega Inferno Bomb a little wide. No one hit as well. Decent to at least burn summoner spells, but Hery with the re-engage on the Angel, caught out by the unstoppable onslaught. Realm Warp not available anymore because it was interrupted, caught out by the Onivia wall. Angel cannot get bailed out in time by EDG. Everyone's now coming in as reinforcements. Xiaohao looks for the supreme display of talent, knocks Rio against the wall, but the carries for OMG are still alive, and Rio is somehow escaping with his life. ZDZ cannot get through Hery's Sion wall, and somehow...
Fortunately for EDG, it's not nearly enough to be able to pressure out that Baron. But it's certainly some gold going back into their pocket. 10 seconds on this dragon spawning. The pings are coming down. Soul point for EDG would be on the table as leave. Ziggs does his thing and takes that mid lane tower.
Forcing them back. This is just crazy. They are behind 4,200 gold, but they have better terrain shifting and shaping from the side now. ZDZ looking for a flank. Rio's just going to send it on to leave. He's forced to flash over the wall. I mean, that's a Ziggs flash gone. Can OMG punish now for the remainder of the fight? ZDZ caught out by himself. Public execution into the back line. Starry voids the center point of the Mega Inferno Bomb damage, but Starry finally falls to Angel, and now the rest of EDG can push through. Hery, the mighty Scion, cannot survive this time around. The Realm Warp is going to allow them to continue the play, finding Rio, and Xiaohao comes up huge for the team, paying off the investment that they made into this Kiana with a massive double kill. They don't even care about the dragon. They're gonna look at the Baron instead.
Beautiful fight from EDG. Leave has been criticized so much over the course of this series, really tearing apart OMG in that fight. They're gonna get Baron off the back of that. Just very well played. Who cares about your Scion on the front line when we have so many tools to be able to access your AD carry? It's just once ZDZ goes in and hits Starry, there's no more damage left on the map to be able to deal with. Talked about that ultimate coming in from the Kiana, just ridiculous amounts of damage. And of course, the follow-through coming in from the rest of EDG. If you're able to access that backline, it's completely free. Dragon is now going down in picture. That is Soul Point to EDG. They have Baron. They are one Dragon off of Soul. It's looking pretty good for this team.
EDG now over 7,000 gold ahead of OMG.
It's from ahead and can really be, a fly from behind in terms of the damage that it outputs. Let's not forget, this is the first unique champion that Rio has played in this series. He played 4 champions in the regular season. All 4 of them were picked in the first 2 games. He had to move off of that. The Nocturne was the choice, and it's looking
for ZDZ.
ZDZ the target, though.
The Tether and the Fear locks him down momentarily for now. Moham tries to look for the grand entrance. Great use of the public execution. Dodges out on the knockup, but ZDZ finally goes down. Big shutdown going over to haichao's Onivia, but Xiaohao finds the flank onto Starry's Varus. One major carry gone from the squad. OMG Hery is caught out by the Solar Flare. Parukia locks him down with the Zenith Blade. They're cut off by the Onivia wall, so they cannot follow up on the engage quite yet, but OMG health bars are blinking. Haichao, the only relatively healthy members left standing. Decent stun off of the Q. He keeps them back with the wall, but EDG are pressing their advantage and ready to lay the siege down on this bottom inhibitor tower.
Yeah, they are continuing to push. OMG with a desperation play to try and find ZDZ. Caught out, just not able to find it. The Realm Warp able to salvage it all. Parukia could be looking. I think they just want this tower, but it's going to be hard to take.
Parukia is tanky. Is he tanky enough, though? Unstoppable Onslaught lands the decimating smash for the follow-up knockup, and EDG's support goes down. There's no objectives to potentially contest, so not the biggest punish that OMG could have hoped for, but Rio pops the darkness, but you don't really want to go in on that when you have that low of a health bar.
On both. Coming back up onto the map, it'll be Soul for EDG, Baron as well. See if they can get there.
Parukia, no flash available on the Leona, and caught behind the Onivia wall, cannot escape. EDG down their support again for ZDZ is angling himself on the left. Starry throwing out some poke here. ZDZ getting ready to approach. Public execution at the ready. Dragon has spawned. It is Hextech Soul for EDG if they can secure it. Xiaohao is on the flank, looking to loop around the back end of the Dragon Pit. If he can flash up... Whoa, whoa, oh, no! Oh, the Supreme Display of Talent is a complete whiff! Can they still win the fight after? The Nocturne turns out the lights once again. Moham is the first one popped. Rio is looking for leave onto the back line. He's isolated once again. Haichao is able to pop. Parukia in the back. Starry falls. Haichao goes golden, flashes over the wall. Xiaohao is trying to look to crack this egg. Rio now forced to run away, and Angel will run him down anyway. Xiaohao scrambles the egg, and even with a complete whiff on the Supreme Display of Talent, it does not matter. OMG lose all 5, and EDG will push this to game number 4.
No ultimate, no problem for Xiaohao. It was all calculated. The Scion has to stand there and go, well, I'm so tanky I can't die, but my entire team is going to die instead. As EDG take down the inhibitor, they're going to take down the base. They're going to keep themselves alive here. It's a really well-played game. They've still got a lot to work to do in this series.